Alright, so this is dropping back in. So there have been two instances where I've caught and played dumb where my mama and my brother, mama is Daphne Brown, at least I think that's my mama. At least that's what my birth certificate say. Like I said, I don't know. I know that something has been altered on my birth certificate. I don't know what has been altered on my birth certificate, but I know something has been altered on my birth certificate. But anyway, Daphne Brown and Davin Brown. All right. Now, they both have come to my house and planted listening devices in my house. All right. So before I left Zebulon, like, Ma, I knew that she was working with somebody because of the stuff she kept asking me. But like I said, I was playing dumb. And then, I was just collecting data as well. I was just observing and checking out, what the fuck is going on. Because before I moved from Zebulon, she kept asking me, when you moving, where you moving to? Like, she needed to know, right? And then two, she was she was working with Torrance Williams, trying to set me up. They was trying to say that I messed up the car, but I called them and told them that I wanted them to come get it, because he was trying to get a reaction out of me. He had cut my car off, cause I was like a couple days late on my payment or some shit, which I had already told them, that I was going to be late because they was fucking with my money at Wolfspeed and my disability, right? My long-term disability, I ended up not getting it. So then I couldn't finish paying for the car. And then at one point I was waiting on some money to come. They made me wait a little longer, and then they had gave it out to me like a couple weeks. They gave me like 2-3 weeks worth of pay at one time. But because they, was participating in organized crime, and I had to wait, my car, the second car that I had bought, had got cut off. The one I had got from EMC Auto Sales with my daddy. Well, at least I think that's my daddy. That's what my birth certificate say. Where he worked. All right. So, in Zebulon, North Carolina, before I moved, like, at this point, I done cut everybody else off but my mama and my brother. All right. So my mama and my brother was still in. So they still had some type of surveillance. They still had some people that was working with them that, they could get information from. And so I kept getting little nudges and little signs that they was the enemy. But, I didn't want to believe it at the time. I didn't want to believe it. And then, there was still more stuff that they wanted to show me so that they could show me that, I needed to listen to my intuition, because my intuition was going off, but I was like, is this what I think it is? I was second guessing myself for a little bit. And I was like, nah. Like, when I was seeing shit, I was like, nah. But then they showed me like, yeah. So, when it was confirmed that I was moving, she kept asking, Daphne Brown, she kept asking, when you moving to, and all this, that, and the third. So I finally, because at first I wasn't telling nobody nothing. I ain't want nobody to know my business. I especially didn't want no family members knowing that I was coming back this way, because, I wanted to keep the distance. I ain't really want to fuck with them, okay? And it was only, like I said, two people that I was still fucking with, which then was my mama and my brother. But now I don't fuck with them either. So I don't fuck with nobody in my family. Like, and it's by choice, because, they all been trying to set me up. Like, they all been trying to poison me. They've been, they done set up listening devices in my house. And, they've been trying to get my kids taken away from me and all type of shit. Like, crazy shit. So at this time, when it was going on, I didn't know I knew, but I didn't know. I wasn't 100% sure that they was the enemy. Put it like that. Because I knew, but I wasn't 100% sure. All right. And then God at this time was revealing to me, was showing me stuff so that, you know, I know, like, I ain't tripping. You know, when my intuition go off now, I don't second guess myself now. Like, I know when my intuition go off and it says stop fucking with somebody, that means stop fucking with somebody. All right. And it's for a reason. So, she found out confirmed that I was moving. She found out where I was moving to. All right. This is how Holly Ridge was able to set up what they set up before I got here. You know, before I got here, they had already had plans to get me out as soon as I got here. All right. There have been a couple instances, you know, when I got here, there was damages and stuff in the apartment. They was trying to have damages and stuff in here, and they was going to try to give me a big old bill that I had to pay in 30 days that I wouldn't be able to pay, so that they could have beat me that way. But then when I was, you know, fixing the stuff and made them come fix the stuff, you know, upon my arrival, that plan didn't go through. So then they proceeded to try to wrongfully evict me, which they did wrongfully evict me. I just fought back and I appealed it. So now, you know, we're going to go to court again, and we're going to take care of that in court again. And, you know, the evidence is there. All the evidence is there. But they've done this. They've been doing this for a long time, wrongfully evicting people. And my brother even said it. He said that they was notorious for wrongfully evicting people. And he knows that because somebody he know got wrongfully evicted from out here. Like, people don't typically go to court and fight. They don't typically put up a fight like what I've put up. Okay, so they going to prison for what they've been doing for all these years, especially going to prison for what they trying to do to me, which is not going to go through. All right, so before I moved, like when I was getting ready to start packing up, my mama was trying to say, like, she didn't have nowhere to go and she was trying to come live with me and stuff like that. At first, I was like, yeah, come on, you know what I'm saying? But then when I started thinking about it, like, why is she trying to know you're not coming to live with me? So I told her no. I changed my mind and was like, nah, you can't come live with me. All right? But she came over and she was acting like, you know, she was going to come stay. She came over, she stayed one night. All right, she brought all her little stuff in little bags. She brought a little bit of stuff. Like, it looked like some grandma shit, like some Jesse French shit, like a Jesse French setup. That's what it looked like. But when she came, she had a little bit of stuff. She had some boxes, some little bins, and she was packing up. She had just a little bit of stuff packed up in the little bins. And I still got the gray bins that she had here. The other little stuff I threw out, like. She had a sewing machine. I threw that in the trash. She had some other shit that was broke. I threw all that shit in the trash because, you know, she can't get through. You know, none of my family can get through to me because I have everybody blocked. And they all know, you know what I'm saying? They know that I don't fuck with them. And they know not to come fucking with me because they know me. All right? They know who I used to be. And they know don't come fucking with me. All right, they know that, and I've asked God and my team to keep them motherfuckers away from me. So she come over there and she had a little bit of stuff, and she was packing up the stuff in the bins. Right, this is what she did. There was a listening device that she wrapped up in one of them coats that she had stuff in, because when she left and she stayed that one night, she left. She didn't come back. So I was like, motherfucker, when I didn't have nowhere to stay, you know, and I went to somebody's house, I was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, she had somewhere else to go. It was just all the setup. They was trying to listen in and find out what was going on inside my house. So she wrapped up a listening device in one of them coats. And I believe it was in one of them pockets. Because when I opened up the bins, something was like, check these bins. When I started opening up the bins, I noticed that there was only like a little bit of stuff in each one. Like, I'm like, why does she have all these bins when she could have put more stuff in these bins? Then I didn't know that she was planting a listening device in my motherfucking house because, like I said, I didn't know. But now thinking about it in retrospect, like, I'm like, damn, that's why she came over there, and that's why all that shit had a little bit of shit in it, and that's why, like, she had stacked the stuff up in my living room, behind my kitchen table, right? And she stacked it up in my living room behind my kitchen table, and I was, cluttering stuff bothers me. So if stuff is cluttered, like, even if I can't see it, like if the closet is not organized, I can feel that energy and it throws me off. So I had to make sure, even if I got stuff set up in the closet, it's got to have some type of organization to it because I can feel the energy of clutter and that throws me off. All right. I'm an empath. I pick up on energy. Like, I read energy. That's just what I do. And, so I started going through the bins. I didn't go through them like real good. I was just like, why she got, I took some of the stuff and put it in other bins and, combine them. And then I took everything and I moved it out of the house and put it into the closet. Because that's what they told me to do. They was like, get this shit out of here. So I got it out. And moved it out. And then the day that I was moving, she wanted to know my plans and stuff. So the day that I was leaving, she was coming to my house. And it's like, she was like, I want to come help y'all. And I'm like, bro, like, we already got everything packed up. Like, we're done. She is trying so hard to get to my house. And her car is running hot the whole time. So at one point I called, or she called me, and she was like, I'm sitting on the side of the road. My car running hot. I'm going to let it cool up. I'm like, I told you not to come. Like, we got it. I don't need no help. All right. And so she kept trying to come. She ended up getting there. All right. She ended up getting to the house. Soon as she pulled up to my house, the motor blew in her truck. All right. And when that happened, because they had already told me that everybody that was going against me was going to be having car troubles. They was going to be having health problems. They was going to be, sick. They was going to have car troubles. They was going to have financial troubles. They told me what was going to be happening. So when I noticed that her and my brother was having car troubles, I was like, both of them having, car troubles at the same time. Like, something is off, and then that's when I started really realizing, like, these motherfuckers. But then I still was like, all right, let me see what else is going on. Let me observe a little bit more. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna never show you my hand. I'm gonna act dumb. My playing dumb is one of my superpowers too, by the way. I'll laugh, giggle, talk with you. Yeah, well, nigga, I know what you doing, but what you trying to do. But yeah, so I moved everything out. But that day her motor blew up. I had called AAA to have her car towed to where she needed it towed to. She went on, and then I took the stuff that was it probably was some GPS something in there too, because I took the stuff that she had packed and I had brought it with me. But then, after, like, I ain't too long throughout the rest of the stuff. I kept the little bins, but most of the stuff, all her shit, I threw it out and away from my house. But she was adamant about me bringing her stuff with me. She took some stuff with her, but there was some stuff that she left. So it was some listening devices, some tracking devices that she had, so that the people that she teamed up with, that they teamed up with to go against me, could track me, know where I was at, and all this, that, and the third. All right. So, that was her when she planted listening devices in my house and in my stuff and tracking devices. Now, Davin came over here in Holly Ridge when I first moved here. He had came over here. He acted like somebody, like they had broken, like the feds had ran into the house that he was living in over there in Fayetteville. And I don't have the address right now, but it's in Fayetteville. It's in a neighborhood, a white people neighborhood. Him and the dudes he was living with. I can't call the boy name right now, but he's a local rapper in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Anyway, he popped up over here one day and he was like that they had that the feds had ran into the house and that they searched the house. They was looking for somebody. He got away, said he needed to go to the hospital. He left the hospital and he didn't have his phone. It was a whole drawn out story of why he didn't have his phone, why he just popped up and all this, that, third. Really, it was a setup for him to get in. Because at this time, I had done cut her off, like, I ain't fucking with you no more. Alright? So, he came in then. He was their last resort. He was their last resort. And, he brought, he had like he didn't have nowhere to stay. Like, you know, that him telling me that they, that the feds had ran down on them, you know, and that he was on the run and all this, that, and the third. It was just him setting up to say, you know, I'm gonna need somewhere to stay or whatever. So I was like, all right, you can come over here a couple of days, you know, ain't no big deal. And, don't give me no demands, nigga. So he came and he stayed one night. Same thing Ma did. Stayed one night. And like I said, you can, I know when, like, I can tell when it was some Jesse French shit. It was some Jesse French shit. So when he came and they got all this story and all this, he came and stayed that one night. And then, he had I think it was a Louis Vuitton bag he had. It was like a brown Louis Vuitton bag. It was rigged with listening devices. And,
I want to watch Siren Head. We'll watch Siren Head.
Davin came, the Louis Vuitton bag had listening devices and cameras. All right, because he was trying to get me. He was like, just put this stuff in Zayden room. All right. It was like 2 bags. And then he left. And he was like, he was going to be back. He didn't come back except for to come get, when he came to pick it up, when they realized it wasn't going to work. Because one time, he came and he brought some drugs. And it was some cocaine. It was some cocaine because I guess they thought that I was going to want to do some more drugs because he had it over. He was like, I'm going to put this up here, you know, I'll come back and get it. So I was like, all right, okay. I didn't even check up there to see what it was, but I know that it was cocaine. And they sent the girl, Jaquela McKinnon, that I used to be my friend. I used to hang out with her. We used to get high together. They sent her and they sent Christopher Williams, who was my cousin, because them people I used to get high with. And Tanae, with Jaquela McKinnon, we call her Tanae. She was trying to, cause this when she was pregnant. This is when I first moved. Like I hadn't got no furniture or nothing. She was trying to get me to go buy her some drugs. And I was like, I'm not going to buy you no drugs. Like, what the fuck wrong with you? Like, you pregnant. And even if you want, I'm not going to buy no drugs. I don't do drugs, okay? So then, that was a no. But then Chris, I was with him one day. He was trying to set me up. He was doing drugs. And I was with him. He just kept saying, I ain't gonna press you, I ain't gonna press you. That was him trying to press me. I'm like, I don't have no taste for no drugs, nigga. I don't heal from my trauma. The reason why I was doing drugs, I healed from that. Okay? So that was them trying to get me back strung out. That was them trying to get me strung out on drugs. I won't never strung out. I was a functioning coke head. Like I did coke. I did it for fun. It was my party drug. I used to have a party every night and get high. Okay? I won't never strung out. I was doing it every day at one point. But that was them trying to get me back on the drugs. That was 3 times they tried. They sent Tanae, they sent Chris, and they sent, and Davin came and had a whole bunch of drugs just sitting over here. And then he came and got his drugs, and he was like, where that stuff at? I guess he thought I was going to say, oh, I did it. No, nigga, I ain't even looked up. That's it, she put that shit up there. But he had got it, and he left. And then, like I said, he was trying to get me to put the bag in my son's room. All right? For some reason, they wanted surveillance on my son. I didn't put the bags in my son's room. I cleaned out the top closet there and I put them in there. And so after about a week, he came back and he got the bags. And he seen where I had put everything, like, damn, she put them in the front closet. Yeah, because when I was getting ready to put them in my son's room, I was just like, something is off. And they was like, nah, don't put it in here, put it in here. And so I put it where they told me to put it. And then he ended up coming to get it. And when he came and got his stuff, I politely helped him take his stuff out. Because by this time, I knew that he was trying to set me up and that he was the enemy. And so when he came and got his stuff, I asked God to reveal, everything to me and move everybody out my way and away from me, because I don't like snakes. I don't like people that, I like to be around people I can trust. You know what I'm saying? So if I can't trust you, I don't want you around me. If I got to worry about you trying to do something to me behind my back or trying to take me away from my kids or any of that, nigga, that will cause harm for you. Okay? But they have now harmed themselves because they came against me. So now 223 AK bullet in their ass. But yeah, that was after that I was like, all right, yeah, this is what this is. And once I see it, I can't unsee it. So I started replaying everything that had happened over the past couple months, since I had been back talking to him like heavily. I had started replaying it. I recall when I was going to Washington, D.C. to go get the car. He was supposed to be there at a certain time. He was like 2-3 hours late the next day, causing me to have delays, which it all worked out for my good anyway. But then when I started thinking about it, I was like, damn, he been the enemy the whole time. Nigga been trying to set me up the whole time. And then he had came up here and he was talking about going to Daryl Cole, which is DJ house. And he was like, you need some weed? Why don't you go to DJ house to go get it now? I just told him straight out, I ain't going over there, because by this time I knew that DJ was trying to set me up, because we was talking one day when I went over there and I heard him put on the record. I heard him when he hit the record button to record our conversation. All right. But then, when he said that, I was like, this sound like a setup. Like, I know, why you telling me to go over there to his house? Because by this time, the Lumberton Police Department, they done set up surveillance and cameras and stuff over there at his house, because they were working with the police to try to get me set up. All right. I think Davin knows somebody that worked with the police. And I know Leighton Bartley is a friend of the family. He's an investigator, but I know my grandma know a lot of the policemen over there, because I know she served them drugs before in the past, and I know she's real good friends with Bernice Wilkins. I'm pretty sure she know the chief of police. I'm pretty sure she know all them motherfuckers. So I'm just letting y'all know that my family have people that work with the Lumberton Police Department that they're close to. They have friends that work with that are police officers, investigators, and things of that nature. But I just wanted to get on here and tell y'all about when my mama and my brother set listening devices in my home, surveillance devices in my home. And when they realized that, it wasn't going the way that they had planned for it to go, because they were trying to find something to get me locked up, and put away so that they could just take out my inheritance money. And so that they story that they told whoever would stick, that they told the judges and stuff, would stick. But it didn't work out that way. So, yeah, I just need to get on here, and I'm thirsty. They were thirsty for my money. So that's why they was trying to set me up. And I still don't know. I don't know who left me money. All I know is I got messages from the other side that said I got an inheritance. And it's a lot of money. It's a lot of property. It's a lot of, I got a lot of assets that I don't know about. I got a lot of property. I got cars. I got money. I got houses. I got stuff that somebody left me, that I don't know about. So I still don't know about it. Like, they still ain't told me about it. But I do know that they told me that there's going to be some official people. There's going to be some people on the right side of the law. They're going to be coming to tell me about what's rightfully mine and where I need to go to get what's rightfully mine and all that good stuff. They're going to be coming to tell me about it. But, yeah, I had to get on here and tell y'all about Davin Brown and Daphne Brown, the part that they played in trying to set me up, and then putting the plant listening and surveillance devices in my houses.